welcome to this Stamping 102 How to Stamp Like a Pro tutorial. So the first thing you're going to do when you have a new stamping plate is you're going to remove that blue or sometimes clear plastic film that's covering it. So you're going to grab your stamper. In this case, I'm using the CC Neo one, and ew, it has a hair on it. Ew, gross. So I normally start by cleaning them with acetone the first time I'm going to use them for whole mani, but since this one has that disgusting hair on it, I removed it first with tape. And now, as you can see, I'm cleaning it with acetone. I like to use a panty liner when I'm stamping. It does not expose my nails in any way to the acetone or to the nail polish when I'm cleaning, and I really like it. It really works. So like I said, you first clean with acetone, and then I go ahead and remove any impurities that could have been left behind with tape, or you can use a lint roller, whichever you want. So now I'm opening the stamping polish. I recommend to uncap the stamping polish right before using it, because stamping polish tends to be very thick, and if it starts drying, it's gonna get ruined faster than regular polish. So just only uncap it when you need it. So here we can notice that this was a really bad transfer, and the reason for this is because this is a new stamper. So when you have a new stamper, sometimes you have to go through the process of priming it, and to do that, what you're going to do is just grab a Mr. Clean magic eraser and lightly buff the surface. So once you do that, you go ahead and clean it again with tape. Like I said, always do this right before stamping a nail. Always, like always. I can't stress this enough. So now you're going to continue with this stamping polish, and you're going to apply the polish to a third to half of the design. You don't have to cover the whole design with polish. That's not necessary. It's just a waste. And then you're going to scrape at a 45-degree angle and squish your stamper. And here we can see that the transfer was a lot better than the first one. So this Mr. Clean thing actually works. So now you go ahead and just clean your stamping plate and your scraper between every use. So continuing, this is a stamper I use regularly. So the process I always do is, like I said, I clean it with acetone. Then I'm going to clean it with tape to remove any of the impurities that could have been left behind. I open the stamping polish. I'm going to apply stamping polish to half the design. Usually it's what I like. And then I'm going to scrape at a 45-degree angle. I press my stamper onto the stamping plate, and then I just stamp. And there we go. So here I'm doing the process again. Since I already used this stamper before, I didn't clean it with acetone. I just went ahead and cleaned it with tape. I'm going to add the stamping polish to the design, scrape, and there I picked it up. And this is something that tends to happen a lot. You just pick up excess polish or parts of another design you don't want. So you can just go ahead and remove that with tape. And now when you're going to transfer a design with a stamper that isn't clear onto your nail, the best to do is a rolling motion. So you're going to align it to the best of your ability and then just roll it onto your nail like I just said. So here I managed to do it slightly off camera, sorry. And there we go. It's on the nail. So continuing, I'm going to be adding the top coat now. Oh, first I'm cleaning it quickly. Like I said, you always have to clean it. And then I'm going to be adding the top coat. So when adding the top coat, it is very, very, very important you use what are called flooding conditions. And this means you're going to have an excess of nail polish on your brush, and you're going to use the least strokes possible, because there's nothing worse than you doing a beautiful design and then having it and ruined. Okay, so now we're going to do a little fun thing. It's called the What Am I Doing Wrong stamping game. And I'm going to be showing you a few scenarios that people usually make, like rookie mistakes, and how to avoid them. So what went wrong here? Not removing the blue film. So here's another one. I have my stamper. I'm going to go ahead and clean it with tape after using it. And let's see. So there we go. It's nice and clean. I grab the stamping polish, add it to the design, scrape at a 45-degree angle, and nah, I wasn't satisfied. So let me just scrape again, and maybe to the sides a little bit, and maybe down again. Yeah, let me scrape it for a while, and let's see. And no, I long. So you don't want to scrape too much, or the nail polish will dry and the design won't pick up. So here's another scenario. Again, always clean with tape. Add the nail polish. Scrape at a 45-degree angle, and there we go. And that's a beautiful transfer. Like, I love that. I can just stare at it all day. And oops. There we go. I got it. Ignore that blooper. And so I'm staring at it, and it is so beautiful. And here I'm showing it at the camera like all the Instagram stars do. So now I'm gonna choose the nail. I'm gonna align it on the nail, and no, maybe a little to the side, or no. Oh, I still can't decide how to add it to the nail. And okay, so here I go, and I added it to my nail. Okay, for some reason something went right here instead of wrong. Usually when you take this long to stamp, it doesn't stamp. So something did not go right here. Like there's not, but usually if this happens to you where your design doesn't transfer, sometimes one of the rookie mistakes is that you took too long. So continuing, anyway, the other scenario. So I grabbed the stamper, I cleaned it, added the stamping polish, was what I'm doing now. I scraped, picked up the design, and again, beautiful transfer. So I'm gonna add it onto my nail, and there I go. And very nice transfer. Oh, here I didn't use liquid latex or anything. I'll do that in other videos. So you can just use liquid latex if you hate cleaning up around your nail, or you can go ahead and clean up with a brush dipped in acetone, or you can actually use tape to remove any excess around it. So yeah, that helps too. So now let's see what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna be adding the top coat. It's the Orly matte top coat, and there we go. And look at that. And stroke after stroke. I have to make sure all the design is covered. And let's see. And that looks terrible. So yeah, this is what happens when you don't use flooding conditions. So make sure to always have an excess of nail polish. Like, that looks awful. You never want that to happen on your design. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you think I missed anything, just go ahead and comment below.